Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another dinner preparation. We are finally back from all the traveling. At least for another month. We got the work stuff knocked out. We got to go to Portland. And we got the vacation in. So, we need to get back to our regular streaming. That being said, I did get back yesterday. So, about 3 p.m. So by the time got to the car, got home, unpacked, went to go pick up the dog from my parents' house, got home, ate dinner. It was like 7:30, 7:45. Hadn't gone to the store, hadn't planned the week's meals. So, today, I went out and grabbed a couple of things. Cajun food sounded good, so we're just kind of throwing some stuff together. See if it's going to be any good. This is not a, recipe that I would normally make. Well, it is something I would make because I'm making it. I just mean, this isn't something that I've made before. I'm just kind of throwing the flavors together, seeing how it turns out. But, knowing the stuff I like, I think it's actually going to be quite good. So what we're doing is I'm going to go ahead and get the, as the Louisianans call it, Holy Trinity going, which is bell pepper, onion, and celery. A variation on the normal mirepoix used in French cooking. You will find these three in almost everything Cajun and Creole. Don't ask me the difference. It's a nuanced thing. But they're very similar. That being said, we're basically just going to take all the flavors you would find in some really good Louisianan cooking and see if we can't make something with that. Actually, we were in Portland. Well, technically, we weren't in Portland. We were in a nearby city of Portland, but it was close enough, and I don't remember what the city was because my wife's aunt and uncle took us. I've never been to Portland, and I sure as heck don't know my way around. We actually had this very delicious spaghetti, or it was an Italian, but also Cajun. So jambalaya, cream sauces, everything, plus your standard Italian fare. It was amazing. They had a Cajun cream sauce that I wanted to steal their recipe for. It was so flavorful. Oh, hey. Howdy, how was the trip? Hey, Grant. Thanks for the re-prime. Oh, hey, Ghetto, thank you. Hello, that was loud. Sorry, if I need to turn down the notification noises, I will. We just don't hear him all that often. How you guys doing? I was kind of just chatting to myself there, but yeah, the trip was really good. Had some delicious food. Got to meet Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Have a signed poster again. Got a picture with both of them. That was really nice. And all in all, really good trip. Loved Oregon. Absolutely beautiful up there. It's got a really bad homeless problem up there. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. It was my first time in Oregon and Portland. The airport was only okay. At one point, I was out on the tarmac having to walk to the plane, which felt strange. I've never had to do that short of flying on a private plane back when I was playing football. But even then, it was a strange occurrence. Glad you enjoyed Portland. Those bird pictures you took were sick. Lots of nice birds up there. Yeah, Morgan's uncle is a huge nature guy. I mean, I say huge, he's 70 plus. So his level of nature is he's got a nice backyard with a big giant garden, tons of like a couple apple trees, blueberries, bunch of honeysuckles. Plus, and this isn't even talking about like his actual straight up garden, but he had multiple hummingbirds, a whole bunch of other stuff, and I was too slow to catch a lot of the bird pictures, but I enjoyed that as well. How have you guys been? I know it's been a minute since we streamed, at least a week. Feels weird not doing the 3 or 4 streams, but it's also been nice to kind of recharge a little bit. You got to stay at their house? Yes, I did. They offered us their guest room. They're in the process of packing everything up because they're looking to move. That being said, they still haven't even found a place yet, and they packed up half the house. So I thought that was kind of an interesting choice. All right. Got my green bell pepper and celery all cut. How have you been, Ghetto? You been keeping busy? Oh, we also sold Beetlejuice, if anyone cares about that. It was all right. I'm having a hard time reading this right now. There we go. Good man, worked a lot of overtime lately. Well, I assume you're getting paid for it, and that'll go towards the real estate you want to buy, right? But that stuff is exhausting, and you never want to do too much of it. So hopefully you're getting a little bit of time off here and there to, recharge. Best food I had in Oregon was the Italian the Italian Cajun place that we ate. Morgan got a 3 cheese tortellini in a really delicious sauce. I got tiger prawns, excuse me, in a Cajun cream sauce with some linguine, and it was eye-opening. I absolutely wanted to go into their kitchen and ask them how they did it. It was so tasty. Uh, We also ate at a really nice breakfast place, but I mean, it was breakfast. But if you know me and my view on breakfast food, that's high praise for me. Oh, shit. But for the most part, we just kind of ate breakfast and dinner. There wasn't a lot of lunch. Because we were at the convention, and the lines for food at the convention were nuts. So we just ate a lot of very early dinners. That being said, it was 2 hours ahead of our current time, so it's not that out of whack. I don't even know anymore. I think investing might be better than real estate at this point in time in my city. I mean, you may not be wrong. Both are reliable strategies. I just knew that that's what you were originally was your goal was to get some real estate. But yeah, we went to a sushi place the first night, and it was okay. I let my uncle order everything, so we kind of ordered what he wanted. And I was just like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. We got some interesting things. We had a roll that was like cream cheese, eel, and like salmon. And it was okay. I'm just not a big eel guy. We also got like a fried whitefish sushi, which was very good, but small. Some sashimi, which was nice. And then there was a chicken teriyaki roll that he ordered, which he thought it was something else. And it was weirdly my favorite thing. And then I got a like quail egg and lobster hand roll, and that was actually really good. But the other couple of things we had were only all right. Morgan got a tonkatsu, and she liked that, but I ate the soup for her. She's not a big fan of miso soup. And then we went and did the Cajun, and then the last night we did Mexican, and I did not like my Mexican very much. I ordered wrong. I thought it would be something else. I ordered arroz con pollo, which is my favorite Mexican dish, which is just chicken and rice, but it's usually chicken, rice, and cheese. At least out here it is. And it was like almost like a chicken stew just on top of rice. It was okay. It just wasn't what I was hoping for. And that was kind of the majority of the food we had. We went to a breakfast place every morning. I mean, we arrived Friday, so we had dinner Friday, Saturday, breakfast and dinner, Sunday, breakfast and dinner, and then breakfast, and we flew back Monday. Oh man, Cajun shrimps are amazing. Yeah, that stuff is awesome. W Trip, I could be wrong here, but I think butter, garlic, onions, Cajun seasoning, deglaze with white wine, and add cream for Cajun shrimp Alfredo. Yes, that's pretty close. Gonna go eat some dinner. I'll be lurking in the chat though. All right, thanks, Grant. Unagi is yum. Sometimes happy mistakes are the best. Yeah, my uncle and aunt are. Well, my uncle is a foodie. Well, he's not technically my uncle. He's my uncle-in-law because I married into the family. But he's a nice guy. They're both retired, but they love to go try places. And we basically talked food for the whole weekend, which was nice because I've only ever met them about 3 times. I'm always nervous staying at somebody's house when I'm like had minimal interactions with them. But we talked about food, which was nice, and he was like, "Yeah, I've got all these really nice restaurants," and I was like, "Perfect." And for the most part, they were all pretty good. They just, like I said, the one night I ordered wrong, and then the other one I let him choose, and we have a little bit of a different uh, taste profile. But I enjoyed it. Food unites people. Absolutely. Food is just a way to tell stories, man. Stories about people's upbringing, their background. You sit around a nice meal, and that's how you get through to people. You know, we all eat, and we all have life experiences, so there's always something that can unite us, even if there is a bunch of stuff that comes between everyone. That's a little philosophical for what we normally talk about on this channel. Anyway, all right, we got our veg for the most part done here. When I went to the store at lunch today, I forgot to grab some French bread because I normally like stuff in like butter to dunk. So I called Morgan and told her on her way home if she could grab some, that'd be great. So we'll see if she'll come through on that. Word, yeah. All right, let's get some nice green onion for on top of our Cajun gravy pork thing. I don't even know what to call this. Yeah, I'm literally just making this up as I go. I briefly thought about it and threw a recipe up on the Discord, but I mostly wanted like a red beans and rice, but with like a different sauce and without like cooking beans for like 8 hours. So this is what I came up with. Whether it's any good or not is what's going to be interesting about it. But I think a lot of people are afraid to just like try cooking something and seeing what comes out of it anymore. Like everyone's got to follow a recipe or something. Uh, I think it's good every once in a while to just try something and see if it's any, what comes of it. How new recipes form. All right, so we got all our veg done. I just need to drain the beans and then start the pork. Okay. In Cajun cooking, the trinity is onions, green peppers, and celery. Add garlic, and it's called the Holy Trinity. Yeah. I don't have any garlic right now. Like I said, I only grabbed a couple of things from the store. So I'm going to be using garlic salt and garlic powder to kind of make up for it. Let me wash this off so we can use it for the bread. And I'm one of those people who never has jarlic, which is the jarred, crushed version. Research has found it doesn't do a lot, and it can actually be fairly bitter. So I just don't have any anymore. Let's get that going on medium. I'm gonna drain my beans off camera. All right, I got some nice ground pork here. I bought today. Should be relatively fresh. It's 80-20 ground pork. which hopefully should add a nice pork flavor. If I get really tempted, I do think I have some andouille sausage in the fridge that I could cut up and add. But I've got over like 2.5 pounds of meat, so it just seems like overkill. Garlic is not crap to take away. It's not the number one crap to take away from your pantry. Powder is better. Yeah, no, powder is fantastic. It has a lot of that flavor. They actually found that the dehydrated garlic, that if you rehydrate it, is actually better than garlic in flavor. That's really interesting. You also would be surprised how difficult it was to find red beans. I assume Chow is in the chat since she deleted that. Appreciate that. Thank you. You're a hero. If we get done in time, I do plan to raid you. Alright, got my stuff draining. Lurking in the shadows but watching over. Appreciate that. Alright, let's get a little bit of seasoning going on this. So, the problem with this, what I'm trying to make here, is it would be very easy to oversalt everything that's going into this, because salt's in all of it. So I'm going to try and go semi-easy on a lot of the seasoning until we get to the end. That way we don't kill it with salt. So, if any of you guys are wondering why, that's why it's not going to get a ton of seasoning. There we go. Okay. We'll get the cayenne pepper, though. I want a decent amount of heat in this. I mean, is it really Cajun food if there's not a little bit of burn on the tongue? I don't know if you're 100% paying attention, Chow, but how's school been now that you're back in action? Has the year started off all right, or has it been kind of hectic? Hey, bud. As you can see, Skipper is here. Buddy. He's wore out. He spent the weekend over at my parents' house hanging out with their dog, and that always wears him out. He'll be back a little bit later for some treats. It's been busy, but mostly good. Hi, Skipper. Love you, Skipper boy. Yeah, Skipper's the best. He's what I missed most whenever we're traveling. It's about a day, and I'm like, I wish I could see the dog. You just get used to your animal's presence. Alright, garlic salt. Alright. Got the garlic powder to make up for the fresh stuff. And a little paprika. Where's my pepper? Pepper, white pepper. There we go. That should get us through this. Skipper is the best doggo. He's really good. He's really good with, like, kids and being pretty low-key. He's not, like, overbearing like some dogs are and super protective. Not that Skipper isn't protective. He just, he's very much more like, I'm going to stand between you than he is going to be, like, barking and trying to go after someone, which is really nice. He's not like a jump up at you. The only person he ever tries to jump on is my mom, and that's because she lets him. But he doesn't try it with anyone else. I will say one of my favorite things in Portland was just how beautiful the trees and, like, the scenery was. Oh my god. It was gorgeous. Chow, what are you making tonight? Raspberry crumble squares. Oh, those sound really good. Did you already eat dinner then, I assume? And you're doing a dessert? Have you been taking them into the school? I'm sure you're earning a lot of favors with all the desserts. I've never met a teacher that wasn't a sucker for a nice homemade dessert. With oats? Yeah, I have a ton of leftover ziti from Saturday. I ordered pizza last night, so I figure I'd bake tonight. Yeah. I need to make a bunch of pizza dough. We used all of ours last time we did a pizza stream. And it takes 5 days to cold proof. I just haven't had 5 days where I've been at home in order to make it, and then also have the time to then freeze it to use for later. But I've been craving pizza. I even brought some Calabrian salami, because I heard that it makes a really nice, like, spicy pepperoni pizza without the pepperoni. It's a little pricey, but I'm hoping it's good. Got it in the charcuterie area. With oats, oats. Are you talking about in the crumble? I don't know. I've seen crumbles both with and without oatmeal in it. Well, I guess it's just oats. I guess it's not a oatmeal unless you cook it. Make oatmeal. Look at that. We got some nice oil down there. Grease. Use that to make our gravy. Alright, there goes our Trinity. A little bit of salt to try and get the onions and peppers sweating. Like I said, try to go light so we don't over season. That sounds amazing. It'd be a killer pizza. Yes, sir. But I think I'm thinking apple squares, but not every crumble needs them. Yum, those sound like a treat. Yeah. I don't have any good desserts planned right now. I've got a couple of dinner ideas that I want to make, but no specific desserts. I'll need to look for some good ones. I'm for sure gonna make some beef stroganoff this weekend. We're having a coworker over for dinner, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna stream the beef stroganoff or not. Because I haven't made that on stream, but it's a super delicious recipe. But yeah, we met Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and they were very nice. We got there 9:45. It opened at 10. Got our badges, got in. The signature stuff started at 10:30, so we went and got in line immediately when we got in for Simon, who had like a whole huge area for the signing. He was half an hour, 40 minutes late. So it started at 10:30. He didn't get there till about 11:10. I don't know how much that was him or the drivers, because you could see them arrive. They had a door open to the side that was kind of covered with some light cloth, but you could see basically through it. And so you could see when they got here. So I don't blame him one bit, because apparently everyone was late. I don't know if it was the limo service they were using or traffic or what, but since we got there so early, once he started signing, we were up to the front and got our signature within, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. Got to shake his hand, say thanks for coming, sign my poster, and then we went directly to the Nick Frost, who was right next to him. Had way fewer people, but basically everyone who was doing what we did went from one to the other. I'd met Nick before at Dragon Con in like 2017, 2018. Really nice guy. When we showed up, he's like, "Do you have children?" And I was like, "Not yet." And he was like, "When you do, they're gonna be huge. They're gonna be NBA stars." And I was like, "That'd be nice. Then we get to retire early." Uh, which I hear things like that all the time. Usually it's the NFL, but NBA, I'll take it. And then 12:30, or excuse me, 1:30 was the picture. We went and walked the con because it was about 12 o'clock, so we had about an hour and a half. Went and walked the con, found a couple people, got some art commissions, which we were excited about, and then went back for the picture. Got a really good picture with them. When we got in there, Nick took like a squat to make me look even taller, which was unexpected and funny. And we got that all done on Saturday, so Sunday was just coming back and kind of finishing up what we didn't see and picking up any art we got. It was a lot of fun. How long is the wait? Dang. The wait wasn't terrible. Nice dude. Yeah. The whole reason for the trip was planned around this one thing. So we got there early, we got it done, and they're like, okay, everything else is just a bonus. So we waited for about an hour and 10 minutes in line. We were probably, I don't know, the 20th person in line. There was a fast pass section for people who paid like a premium to like get through the line quicker. They got to go first, and then the standard line people were kind of like, it zippered, so they came together. So we got that done. So it was about 2.5 hours total for us to get both signatures. And then walked the con. We stayed till about 3 that first day, 3 or 4. It's all hard concrete, so you get kind of tiring on the ankles and joints from just like standing and slowly meandering because it gets so crowded you can't really like normally walk. So we called it a day, and then Sunday, the final day of the convention, we didn't even go until like 1 o'clock. Because both the people told us that, oh, you can pick up the commissions towards the end of the day. So we went to a Japanese bookstore in Portland. Apparently they have like 15 locations across the U.S. Chicago, a handful in California and Texas, a couple in New York, one in Seattle, one in Chicago. I think I said Chicago. And then the one in Portland. Really cool. We actually got a couple of things there. We got a like children's book in Japanese that was Pokemon. My wife got a Hatsune Miku like fan book thing. And then we went to Powell's, which is this like an entire block of. It's a bookstore that's an entire block like full all the way in a square, and multiple stories, like 5 stories of just books. So there's new and used books. There's like 10 areas that are all divided up in interest and age and other things. It was awesome. They're like, you guys love books, so we'll take you here. I ended up getting a couple of cookbooks there. I got one for like 100 recipes of like traditional, simple Japanese meals or recipes that I'm excited to try. And then I got a like culinary school cooking and pastry book that were like old editions for really good prices. They've got, one of them's got like 2,000 recipes and like explanations on how to do it. And then I grabbed the pastry one because it was like $20 for a huge book. And I'm not much of a pastry guy, but I feel like there's going to be some really good, solid recipes in there. Plus, they have really nice explanations on what to do, which, I mean, that's all you can really ask for. Okay. I'm going to turn the heat up on this a little bit. Like Chapters on steroids. Oh, my bad. Chapters not in the US. Yeah, I am not familiar with Chapters, but I can guess based on context that it's like a used bookstore. Yeah, because apparently this Powell's is not like a chain. It is just like an independently owned place that's just huge. Okay, I think we're getting close to pulling this and starting to try and get the gravy going. Alright, how do I want to pull this stuff out? There was probably a better way to do this, but we will never know. Trying to save as much of the grease as possible to help with the gravy sauce. Also, went to the Lake of the Ozarks for work. That was a thing. Not overly exciting, at least in my opinion. We go in the off season. We're there for 2 days, and it's mostly just catching up with people you don't see because we're spread all over the state. The Chiefs game was that night. I actually left to get back home so we could fly the next day. So I know everyone else stayed and watched the Chiefs game together. But, okay, there we go. What's wrong with this way? Perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just seems like I could have probably figured out a way to do this that didn't require dirtying this bowl. Alright, get a little bit of butter in there. Then we're going to start with the flour. So, I'm not trying to get a dark roux. I'm just trying to get like a golden. Alright, let's start with 4 heaping tablespoons and see where we are. If we need to add more, we will. Actually, I think we might be in business. Let's turn that temp down. We don't want to burn it. That pork grease really helped with the color. Yeah. We just want to cook out the raw flour taste. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Alright, we're going to go ahead and slowly make our gravy. Then we'll add cream at the end. Well, that pick it up quickly. Oh boy. This is going to be good. That whisk tool is amazing. I have a mini one, but yours is perfect. It is, but I literally didn't even know what this whisk was for. My wife just had a bunch of whisks. And I was like, what is this whisk? And then I found out that it's a sauce making whisk, and I was like, why am I not using this? And ever since I have, I cannot live without it. It is an absolute game changer. Ooh, my wife just got home. Let's see if she got the bread. It's like the perfect gravy consistency. I'm actually going to get a picture of it real quick. She was successful! Thank you. What? That would be the rice, or the meat, or the gravy, or the dog, or me. I did shower.
Oh yeah, this one.
Do you not like it?
No, I meant the marble one.
Oh.
I really like the other one.
He's tired.
He should be. We got a catering still?
And a postcard. And a sticker.
We usually get a postcard.
Oh.
Hi. You look tired.
That is a success already. Yeah.
Hello. You look like I feel tired.
I actually want to get it a little bit looser. That way, when we add everything in to like let the beans heat up, that we get back to the right consistency. Because right now we're at like perfect gravy. At least that's my thought process. Whether that's how this turns out, we'll see. I will taste this for flavor though, and see what our salt levels and stuff are. Okay, that's not bad. Definitely needs salt though. What the heck? Ghetto says hello.
Hello.
My wife says hello. I don't know if you could hear her. This looks like a great gravy. Yeah, I would be really happy with this if I was serving it. All right. I think this is where we want to be sauce-wise. Let's get some seasonings in there. This is my Cajun seasoning. Definitely some cayenne. Some Louisiana hot sauce. A little garlic salt. And then pepper. Gravy needs lots of pepper. Okay. And the same process, same mac and cheese almost, except you use milk. Yeah. Yeah, it is essentially the same process. A roux is basically a thickening, just a thickening agent with any sort of mixture. It's very commonly used with cream and milk to make, your Mornay sauce, which is essentially just a cheese sauce, or mac and cheese, essentially. All right, let's see how we got flavor-wise on that. I still think it needs a bit more salt, in my opinion. We got our beans in there. Wanted them in there a little bit earlier than the rest of the stuff just so they can start to heat up. Canned beans also have no salt, so that'll help. You're pimping it all up. That sounds bomb. Yeah, so we got cream to add right at the end. I just want to make sure this has a nice, good Cajun flavor. Oh, yeah. This gravy is perfect. Okay. Let's get this all incorporated. This is kind of not super attractive looking. Also, do it. Bottle 2-pack of Tony's and Slap Your Mama's. Both are amazing. Tony's has less salt. Yeah, I like the Slap Your Mama. Um, but Tony Satchery's is like the OG. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Apologize about that. My parents cooked on Tony a lot, but I like Slap Your Mama's. That's a good seasoning. They also have no salt versions of those and like spicier versions. I haven't messed around and played with them. I wish I had. Actually sounds like a good like stream idea is to like test different versions of the seasoning, see which one's better. Alright, so we're just gonna let this heat up a little bit. That gravy is hiding a lot of flavor. That's a problem with like chili and gravy and stuff like that. You got to add so much pepper. But you also just don't want to overdo it, so a little bit at a time. But I am going to go ahead and add the cream. You have to go heavy on the pepper fact, yeah. On the food forums, they call this type of meal a schlops or schlop or something, like stewed ground meat with whatever cuisines of the world. You know, that's a good thing to know. I didn't even know what this really is. It's almost more of a Cajun chili, but I made gravy instead of chili sauce. Because we're going to pour this over white rice, too. I should just start calling this, like, Cajun chili. Cajun cream chili. There we go. Alright, let's start with that. Well, that's really pretty now. Yeah, I'm 100% sure there's no recipe for whatever this is out there in the world right now. So yay us for making something original. Now let's see if it's any good. Okay, the spice is coming through, like the heat. I think we're about there. This will be good for dipping that bread into, though. You have to go heavy. A stick of cream, cheese, and this would put it up. You know it's good when it's the third taste test. Well, the first one's like, is it edible? The second one's like, okay, what's it missing? And then the third one's like, am I sure? It's like, do I go and add more seasoning or do I leave it as is? It's like, I've done a lot. Let's not screw it up. All right. All right, that's where I want it. That's good. All right, I'm going to let this go for a little bit and cut some bread. Just make sure everything's all incorporated and heated up. Um, it's about 2 minutes from ready. By 2 minutes, I mean it's ready. I just need to cut the bread.
Yeah.
Ghetto's into it. He's all for this meal. Oh, I need to put a thing down. Oh, that's heavy. No, we can shoot this up. This is textbook fine cuisine. I wouldn't say this is fine cuisine. I don't think you'd find this in any restaurant.
What'd you do to him?
Me? Nothing. He kind of wanted to hang out with me all day, and I was fine with that.
He's so tired. Look, you see all the birds?
Yeah. But no beautiful ones. Those are all pigeons. They're all doves.
Well, that went from like that half full, but yeah, there's like 8 doves on it.
Yeah, there's 8 doves out there going to town on your food. None of the other birds have come back. They're all probably hatched. Like recently hatched.
There's some birds on this one that are doves.
Are there?
Yeah.
Alright. There's a nice, fine. How do you do?
What is this?
It doesn't have a name because I've made it up.
Okay. It looks like things that I like to eat. What's the meat?
Ground pork.
Okay.
According to
Oh, I need to take pictures. It's been a
some
while.
people would use a Campbell's can for this. You made it homemade. Yeah, I mean that's definitely true. He said that according to the food forums, this would be called schlops or something like that, where it's just like a liquid-based version of
Dish.
world cuisine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's rice too.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna put it on.
Oh.
Not want the rice?
How would I not?
I mean, I can tell you what this dish is inspired from.
What bowl do you want? The big bowl?
Whatever one you think would make the best picture. We have green onions to go on top too. But yes, it should go on the rice. Oh, I don't have a utensil for that. I know you're pretty tired from all the stuff yesterday, but I'm actually doing okay.
I thought you were going to say you wanted me to go somewhere, and I was like, really? I don't want to go anywhere. Like, I have things to do.
No, I didn't say that.
Don't know.
I was mostly just going to tell you that when we go to get comics tomorrow, we need to remember to get me a stop at either Target or Home Depot or somewhere to get me a surge protector.
Oh, yeah.
So I can run my setup.
I forgot you had asked for that.
I looked for it at the store when I went to go get this. I said, you know what, I'm going to forget the French bread and look for a surge protector. And they didn't have it. My apologies. Would you like a different utensil?
Do you have a ladle?
Yeah. Can I fill up my water?
I can grab the ladle.
Okay, grab the ladle.
I am capable sometimes.
Grab it here. She said she's doing everything.
No?
No, that's not what I said.
No.
Anyway, get some more sauce.
It kind of absorbed down into the rice.
That's how I want it. But yeah. So what are you naming this? You have to pick a name. What would you call this?
It's a hearty bowl.
Cream of Cajun.
I'm good with that.
What I'm calling it. Cream of Cajun. Terrible name. And nobody will confuse it for anything else.
Did you want a piece of bread in the shot or no?
You think it's worth it?
I'll take one without it and then add one.
Well, butter my biscuits. One bread medallion. Milady. Or would you prefer cream of Creole? Does that
Can
sound
you do
better?
a second bread medallion?
Yes, I can give you as much bread as I have loaf.
Well, what's this normally called when it's like a Japanese dish or a...
Dawn.
So it's Cajun Don?
Yeah. Creole Dawn.
Creole Don.
It's a Cajun. It would be Ton Cajun Dawn. Or pork. Ton Creole Dawn.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that looks alright.
I took one without it.
That's good.
It has a lot. It's.
I just
if
want
you
more.
pick that bowl up, it's going to be heavy.
Well, I don't have to finish it all. I just wanted some more gravy. Probably should have said it like that. That sounds weird.
Sounded like you said brave, but you said grave, didn't you?
I said gravy.
Like gravy.
Yeah.
And you continue to say it.
Commit to the bit. You know what I'm gonna do?
Change everything I did?
No, I was just gonna put some bread in it and bring the butter over there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I like to eat mine with the seasoning on it. Yeah, this does have some heft.
Put several scoops in it.
Well, shouldn't have low blood sugar tonight. Morgan some extra bread. There's the butter.
I'm gonna move this.
I had to clean off the table. You left everything.
Yeah.
Those bread medallions, 20s on the broiler. Nom nom. Yeah. Hey, I came back at the perfect time. Looks good. Thank you. We're gonna have to reset up the table here. We've been trying to come up with a good name for this. So far,
What's mine?
which was yours? Cajun Don?
Cajun Don or Creole Don?
This is like a Cajun gravy with cream in it and meat and stuff. So there's not like a recipe for this. So Ghetto was like, you have to make up a name since it's your recipe. And I was like, cream of Cajun, because that just sounds funny to me. But then Morgan's like, well, what would you call this if this was Japanese? And it would be like a gyudon or a yakudon, because don means rice bowl, and there's rice under this. So she went with Cajun Don, and I was like, well, it could be Creole Don, although technically it's more Cajun. And then I was like, sexually, because it's got pork in it, it would be Ton Cajun Don, if you wanted to go down that route.
Tom Don?
So give us your opinion on what the name should be.
Willie, stop browsing.
As you can see, this is quite warm.
Stop it. How is it?
I think Cajun Don is a good name. Cajun Don. Yeah. That's what Ghetto. I think it needs a teensy bit more salt.
I thought that was sugar and was really confused.
Now, if you want to put sugar on yours, you can.
No.
Cajun Don W. Apparently, Grant is also in agreement that Cajun Don is the answer for this.
Yeah.
It's almost like a wet, dirty rice. I liked your butter sandwich there for a second, but it did not work out.
That I changed my mind on?
Yeah.
I went,
We're terrible at naming things.
Oh, it's fine. They like mine.
No, it's a fine name. It feels weird to like name something. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, man.
It just makes me think back to one of those books I was listening to where they're like, we're not going to let you name anything. You're terrible at naming things. I feel like that's what I feel like. I keep waiting for somebody to be like, that's terrible. What are you doing? Verdict, I'll let Morgan go first. What do
I
you
haven't
think?
eaten it yet.
Okay. Verdict it out.
I've only eaten bread so far.
Classic Morgan dinner. Just eating bread so far. I think the verdict is tasty food. I think I was worried that this wouldn't be good on rice. And I thought it would be better on mashed potatoes because A, I made a gravy, and 2, it's a cream-based gravy. So I think mashed potatoes would be better. That being said, it's not terrible.
I like it.
Morgan has taken a bite and she has given a symbol she likes it.
I like it on the rice.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I bought instant potatoes for you because I thought for sure you were going to want it with mashed potatoes.
It just moved.
What is
like
it?
a crumb or something.
Oh. Get it?
Yeah.
I just like this seasoning.
I know.
Everything you put in was good ingredients. Yeah, it was. You'd be surprised how difficult it was to find red beans.
But we had some in the pantry.
No, we have kidney beans. The red kidney beans. Excuse me.
I do like the sauce.
Red beans are just this little, these little beans. Technically, they're different. Just don't know what they're called. I mean, they're called red beans. Maybe they're, I don't know.
I like this.
Do you? Oh, okay. But sometimes you got to go heavy on the seasonings. Yeah, with Cajun food, I go heavy on the seasoning. I like it. Like, this place, Jazz, Louisiana Kitchen, it's the only, like, Cajun restaurant here in Kansas City. There used to be 3 locations. It has gone downhill bad. That said, I still love their seasoning. They serve the French bread with butter with the seasoning mixed into the butter, and then I always put a little bit on top and eat it like that, and I love it. Morgan doesn't like it, so she just prefers the normal butter. But, I mean, she likes it for the French bread. They have a delicious thing called chicken a la mer, which is a fried chicken breast that they put a creamy crab and shrimp sauce over with like a side of vegetables or succotash. I don't like succotash, but I always get the vegetables. They're steamed. They're a little mushy most of the time, which is less than great, but the chicken a la mer is really good. If they used real crab, it would be killer. They used the fake crab because it starts with a K. Also, you can tell because it comes in big chunks. But I grew up on that meal. That stuff was fantastic. I wish they would get better because we used to eat there a lot. Well, a decent amount. Now, every time I go, I'm disappointed because I'm like, I remember what you used to be. But this is kind of inspired by that. The gravy is kind of inspired by Popeye's gravy. What?
Okay, sure.
Have you tried Popeye's gravy?
No.
Well, Popeye makes a gravy. They do the celery, the onions, the green bell pepper, which is what I did.
Not spinach?
No? Oh. Who's making a cartoon reference? That place was pretty bussin'. Did we take you to Jazz?
I thought we did.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hurting, man. They closed one of the locations. It was actually the location that was better. It was further away from us. We drove all the way out there because it was better. And they closed it down. So now they have 2 locations here in Kansas City. They have some in Texas, but it's pretty low effort. And then, like Texas Roadhouse and their house butter. Yeah, you're exactly right, Ghetto. Their cinnamon butter and their rolls. Best thing at Texas Roadhouse. Whenever I go to Texas Roadhouse, I never eat the steaks.
No.
I always get, what do I always get? Well, I don't always get the same thing. I change it up, but.
You get the flat burger.
Oh,
The steak.
the chopstick.
Chopstick.
Yeah, I get the chopstick.
I get country fried chicken.
You get the country fried chicken every time. I sometimes get the chicken fingers. I've gotten the chicken fried steak before. You and I are different on what gravies we want for the chicken fried steak. You're a white gravy girl. And I'm a brown gravy. Which is funny because I love white gravy for breakfast. And you just don't like gravy at breakfast. Say I cross the border and it's an hour and a half drive. If I get Texas Roadhouse steak anywhere from $11.99 to $20ish, chances are, even with the exchange rate, it's a deal for me. It says, LOL, you guys get everything but the steaks. Okay. To be fair, Morgan's parents used to go to Texas Roadhouse once a week for years. So we don't go to Texas Roadhouse very often.
It was like 10 minutes from our house.
Yeah.
They went every single Sunday.
They sat at the bar, they knew the bartender, so they would give them free drinks, and they would get any appetizers that was like the wrong ones that got sent back or something. They would just give it to them to eat. So like, they had a good deal.
But every week.
So it was something that was like, oh, she doesn't want to eat this. And I'm of the opinion that I can make a good steak at home usually better than what I'm paying for at any steak place, unless it's super fancy. So I tend to go and try something different. I mostly try to get stuff that's like would be a pain for me to make myself. That's my goal. Or new. Like if it's something I never had and it's like, oh, that sounds good.
I like the rattlesnake bites.
Rattlesnake bites and their onion blossom are really good. But they're terrible for you.
Yeah.
That onion blossom's like $2,000 or something.
Yeah. Are you hungry, bud?
Fair enough for me, it's a novelty. For Morgan, it's been there, bought that, brought the t-shirt, yeah. Yeah, her parents just had a really good relationship with one of the people there, so they got a lot of stuff for free. So they went a lot. They even like bought the gift cards when they sold them at Christmas, where you would get
if
like...
you bought $100, you got either like a $25 gift card.
Yeah, you got free gift cards for buying a gift card.
And they knew they would go all the time, so they'd buy like hundreds of dollars of gift cards and then get an extra $100 or whatever.
Yeah. They'd pre-buy half their year of dinners.
Yeah.
To get deals.
I did not care for it growing up, honestly.
And then my family, we went to Texas Roadhouse like once.
And your sister ate all the rules.
Yeah. But she's a one-kid family, and I'm a family of 5. Not 5 kids, but 5 in total. Yeah, blooming onion is my favorite, the local fare. Pure cholesterol with spicy mayo. Yeah, that dip is good. That's about the only thing I like. Oh, my voice broke. Horseradish. Normally, I don't care for horseradish or wasabi in a lot of things. But for some reason, I really like the blooming onion dip. I also really like Longhorn Steakhouse. Their Wild West shrimp. It's just a giant thing of like spicy shrimp with ranch. It's so good. We usually go there and I just get that for my meal. Or their strawberry pecan salad, because that's also really good. Ooh. Is yours or mine?
Whoever. I had extra butter on my knife.
Oh. I mean, there's more up there. I can cut more if you want some.
I don't know.
Only child gang. Says Grant. You can Google the blooming onion sauce. It is so bomb. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that recipe is not hidden anymore. It's actually really interesting to see people make a blooming onion. They essentially use like an apple core. They have a special one built for the blooming onion. But then they just dip it in batter and just throw it in and fry it from the top. It's really interesting. I imagine somebody spent a lot of time just like trying to figure out how to make that happen. I'm gonna eat this. I haven't had bread and
The butter?
Yeah, I'm gonna just eat butter. Be my math teacher all over again.
What, Lily?
I didn't hear anything.
She went upstairs and she meowed.
Oh. That's a little way too much butter. Oh well.
That's why I can grab another little slice. You can put some butter on it.
Okay.
That's why there was extra butter on that one.
If this had been like a normal stick of butter, it would have been so much
Put
easier.
butter on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to scrape it off. I'm doing the cake like method where I just keep scraping until it fills all the holes and then everything else comes off. There we go. Okay. We can add that to the list of things we won't remember to do. Yeah, they have one that splits them, and they always use the good white big ones. Yeah, Lily, like the onion bags, consistently perfect onions. Well, that's the nice thing about like ordering food from like a food vendor. You can specify stuff like that, and they'll send you. They'll like sort through all that stuff and send you the big stuff. You know, you're not at the mercy of what you can find at your local supermarket. Yes, Grant, we still have Lily. She's she's old and I would say downgrading fast. Or that's not what I mean. Uh Deteriorating fast. There we go. Downgrading.
It's similar. She's finally starting to show her age.
We're taking her to GameStop and trading her in. We're getting store credit. We're not coming back with new cat. That's a joke. So you use online ordering for groceries? No, I don't. I go to the grocery store on Sundays. But what I'm saying is, you don't have. I mean, you can choose from what they have there, but like, if they haven't restocked, then you have not a great selection, or sometimes, which is what happens a lot here at my stores I go to, is they get a ton of onions in, they put some out, and so the ones in the back start to kind of already start to go. So they just refill with the older ones, and then you have a ton of bad onions. And so I get really annoyed with like my vegetable selection a lot of the time.
You're also particular about your vegetables,
I am particular about my vegetables.
which is not a bad thing.
I like to use good ingredients. I'm of the opinion that good ingredients make good food. Oh, yeah. Or they put half old, half new. Yeah. Exactly. So trying to find a giant onion at the store is really luck. That's why I've been buying a lot of stuff at the farmer's market recently. But the farmer's market closes this week. So now I'm back to what I can find. I do go to like different stores. My my comic book
Did you eat
store
that?
owner. Oh, I just ripped it. You want it?
No, there's one more.
My comic book store owner was talking to me about this, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm one of the white moms now who has to go to 4 different stores to get my groceries." I'm like, "I'm right there with you." Because I'll go to one store to get all my meat and like most of the stuff I want, and then I've got to go to 3 other stores to get like the right vegetables or the ones that I want. I end up having to go to like Sprouts or Whole Foods for specific vegetables half the time, which neither of those are near me. But they tend to have the best selection and like the freshest looking vegetables. Anyway, it's a stupid first world complaint, but it'd be nice to go to one place and get everything, but I do what I have to just so I can get the delicious meals. Do you buy organic? I don't, but sometimes I do. But then again, you get best quality this way, right? No, not necessarily. I don't always agree that organic is the best quality. I mostly just go for what's freshest, and I almost never buy organic, just because it costs so much more in the U.S. for organic stuff.
It does.
And working in the banking industry, specifically in Missouri, we do a lot of banks that heavily deal with agriculture. And so I hear a lot of comments from people about, from bankers about how their farmers do organic and other stuff, and how sometimes it's really a joke sometimes, and other times they're like serious about it. It just doesn't give me a lot of faith in the whole organic versus non-organic.
I really like farmers markets.
Yeah, as my wife just said, that's why we like the farmers markets, because you talk to the person who grew it, you get to see what it looks like. It's fresh, and it usually tastes way better than anything that's mass produced on the farm. In Canada, there's a couple big organic stores, and the price difference is really not big, but I question how organic the organic product is. I don't fully believe it. Excuse me. I hope that didn't go through.
It wasn't that loud.
Oh, okay. It sounded loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not super knowledgeable about all that stuff. I'm not a farmer. I didn't grow up a farmer. I just know.
In the U.S., there's a huge price difference.
Yeah, in the U.S., organic is huge price increase. Because in order to get organic, you have to get certified. You have to do all kinds of stuff. You have to pay for very expensive fertilizers and all this other stuff to be organic compliant. Organic compliant in order to keep that designation. And so they pass that price along because obviously if it costs more to produce, it costs more to sell. I can't tell a difference. Now, organic, like meat, is one thing. I would be willing to pay more for that, but you don't find a lot of organic meat out here unless you're buying directly from farms, which is also why I like the farmers market. I actually have a farm I'm looking at right now who you can order their stuff and they come like once a week to like a
Local area.
a local area, and they'll deliver whatever you want to order. So I've thought about buying some chicken bones so I can make my own chicken stock. I've never made chicken stock from scratch, but I want to. They've got a handful of other things. They're about $2 or $3 more expensive per pound than buying it from the store, but I imagine it'd be pretty tasty. Not bones, I just mean everything in general is a couple dollars more expensive. So I'm willing to see if I like that, give them a chance. But it's not something I could do like permanently or all the time because we eat a lot of meat, and so to have to order it a week in advance to maybe get it is not a great method. Here too, I saw a 20-pound frozen organic salmon today. That's stupid. $20 a pound, sorry. You get chicken grain fed carcasses and make a killer stock. They're like $2 or $3 a piece here, organic. Yeah, I've got this place that'll sell me chicken bones for stock making. Like 4 or 5 pounds for like $6, $6 or $8. I plan on buying 15 pounds worth of bones and freezing some to use for a later date. And just making a huge stock pot of, excuse me, I got the hiccups, of chicken stock. Because I go through chicken stock crazy amounts of chicken stock here. Cheap. Do you like pho? Chicken pho miam? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never actually had chicken pho. Or pho. I never know how to pronounce it. I think it's pho.
It's pho.
Pho. We have some places that do it. I just have never made it around to do it. Because most of the time when we get to that place, I look at the menu and everything else sounds so much better than pho. Pho. Whatever. Everyone knows I pronounce things bad on this channel, so it's not a surprise at this point. But I always end up just picking something else every time I have the opportunity. I need to make a conscious effort to go out and try it. I know I'll like it. Pho is Thai, right?
That was Vietnamese.
Is it Vietnamese? Okay. But pho, when you need a digestive help, is the best. I'm sure it is. When I was, what was I sick with not that long ago?
Like a stomach bug of some sort.
I had a stomach bug and I couldn't keep anything down, so I ended up eating, like, why am I struggling right now?
You ate soup.
Yeah, but what soup was it?
Wonton soup.
Wonton soup. Yeah, I ate a bunch of wonton soup from a Chinese restaurant because the broth was nice, and I mean, there's barely any meat in it, and you get a nice, chewy, easy to swallow wonton. That's what I do when I feel crappy. It's bone broth. Yeah, I mean, I'm completely, I'm completely in agreement with you. Electrolytes, yeah. We just don't have any place close to the house that serves it. It'd probably be a 30 or 40-minute drive to find the closest place, let alone which is actually like the best place. We only recently started getting a ton of ramen places in the last like 3 years. So it's kind of slow with the like intake of new areas of the Asian culture restaurants. I feel like I could have said that in an easier way. Yeah. The chat lag is like 15 seconds. Is it? I'm sorry. You okay, bud? You want to give the dog some carrots?
You were welcome to.
I was gonna end the stream.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was gonna say, can you give us some carrots and we'll call it. No problem. LOL. Yeah. Carrots. Buddy.
Yes. Your nose is cold. Sit.
Why's your nose cold?
I gave him ice.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
You've been talking.
I like it when we have people to talk to on chat.
Touch.
It's so much better than me just talking to myself. So
Still in shot.
yes, he's actually perfectly in shot. Good boy. Oh wow, he's right. It is a pretty drastic lag.
It just happens.
Yeah, it does. I'm just glad that the stream hasn't been like choppy or anything.
Big one.
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
You almost got your tail in the water.
All right, guys. The dog got his carrots. We got our meal. I'm gonna go ahead and in the stream here. We are gonna go to Chow's stream if she's still making her raspberry crumble squares.
Ooh.
But I appreciate everyone hanging out and chatting with me.
Who's there?
I know it's been infrequent streams the last 2 weeks just with the traveling and stuff, but we don't have to go anywhere until middle of October, so we should be back to our regularly scheduled stuff. Check out the Instagram or the YouTube if you're interested in any of that stuff. And we have the Discord if you want to see the recipes and the pictures, so check that out. Hi, buddy. What's up? You're looking cute. Cheers, homies. Yep. Have a good rest of the week, guys, and specifically you, Ghetto. Thanks for hanging out with us. You want more pets, don't you? All right, we're going to go raid Chow, so just hang on, guys. Thanks. What's this? You think I'll stay there?
You mind? You keep staring at the phone. I don't have anything. I don't have anything.